technique. For example, it is rotation. It is phantom movement, wiggling. Phantom movement. It is observing images. Observing images, rotation, phantom movement, observing images, and hence visualizing. You should choose 2 or 3 techniques from this list. For example, what's rotation? Once again, for example, you try to separate from your body. You are unable to do this. Then you should immediately try to imagine that you are rotating. You should try to do this for 3 to 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds. If you feel any kind of rotation during this action, you should try to amplify the sensation and then separate from your body. So if you feel some sensation, you should rotate even more and then separate from your body. If you cannot feel any sensation during 3 to 5 seconds, you should change the technique to another one. For example, phantom movement. In this case, you should try to for example, try to move your hand without using muscle. You should try, for example, you try to push it down, pull it out, or any other movement. In this case, you shouldn't imagine this. You should do it by your real sensation, but without using muscle. And you should do it for 3 to 5 seconds. If you feel some kind of movement, you should try to amplify the range and then immediately separate. It's your goal. If you, after separation, you should try to find areas they are waiting for you. If you cannot feel any movement, you should try. You should change the technique to another one. For example, observing images. In this case, you should try, without opening your eyes, you should try to observe, you should try to see some pictures in front of your eyes. If you cannot see any images in 3 to 5 seconds, you should change the technique to another one. If you are able to see some images, you should try to look and improve them. In this case, they will become much more realistic, and then you can try to separate from your body. When this image will be realistic, you can try to separate from your body. If it doesn't work in 3 to 5 seconds, you should try another technique. For example, hand visualizing. 3 to 5 seconds, you should try to get this sensation. You should try to imagine that your hands in front of your eyes, and you should try to feel them and to see them. By any means, as aggressively as possible, you're trying to get this sensation, just like right now. If you are unable to get the sensation, you have to start from the very beginning. But if you feel some sensation during 3 to 5 second period, you should amplify the sensation and then separate from your body by rolling out, getting up, or rotating. And in this case, we can see cycles. For example, we are unable to separate. You should choose 2 or 3 from this 4 techniques. For example, let's discuss rotation and visualizing. I cannot separate. I try to do rotation for 3 to 5 seconds. There is no rotation. I change it to hands visualizing. It is the first cycle. It does not work
In this case, I should try again. Rotation for 3 to 5 seconds. No result. Hence visualizing for 3 to 5 seconds. No result. Again. Rotation for 3 to 5 seconds. No result. Hence visualizing for 3 to 5 seconds. No result. Again, rotation and hence visualizing. It's no result. You should do at least 4 cycles upon each awakening. Put your head up if you made at least one attempt with 4 cycles. Put your head up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 of you. However, it was obligatory yesterday. This is why we see this mistake in proper order. Believe me, if you perform this method as properly as possible, you cannot avoid results in a few attempts. Just try to understand this. Just try to do it as properly as possible. Why we should do so many cycles, first cycle, second, third, fourth? Because this line, we're losing our chances without any technique. If we perform techniques, this line may it looks absolutely different in this case. For example, after the first cycle, there may be no sensation, no result. After the second, no result. And on the third cycle, you may feel rotation. For example, in this case, we should prolong rotation. We change technique if they do not work. If they work, we should change the technique after 5 seconds. For example, on the first cycle, I feel rotation. There was no rotation before, but on the first cycle, I feel rotation. I should do it more than 5 seconds. I should try to feel rotation and then immediately try to separate. If I am unable to separate, I do rotation again, and again try to separate. So actually, we are searching for what is working. With cycles, we change some techniques in trying to find out what is working today in this attempt. Everything is very easy, and you should not do it for more than 1 minute. If you are unable to get results in 1 minute, you should think, okay, I will fall asleep again, and I will catch the next awakening. I will try it over and over again. Don't forget that how we should make our attempt. For example, we fall asleep at 12 p.m. We should set an alarm at 6 a.m. In this time, we should just sleep. The better you will sleep here, the better will be results in the morning. Do you understand?
Yeah.
What it means? If you do something very funny during this period of time, it will be very hard to get results after this. Why? Because we should wake up at 6 a.m. We should be awake for 3, 5, 10, 50 minutes. So, first, sleep, 6 hours sleep. Second, 50 minutes of awakening. Up to 50 minutes of awakening. Then we should fall asleep again with intention. For example, 6 or 5, and up to 9 a.m. We should fall asleep again in a few minutes. And we should try to focus to catch every next natural awakening. Before falling asleep again, we should think, okay, I will wake up and I will try this method. And every time when you will wake up, you should try. If there's no result, you should fall asleep again, and then you, with attention to catch the next awakening, and over again. You should fall asleep and then wake up and try this method. If you are unable to do it in the morning, you can do it in the night. The most important thing to accomplish this algorithm as properly as possible. It doesn't matter when. For example, it may work during the day nap, afternoon nap, yeah. How it is. It may work during night, but in this case, it will help you to get as many attempts as possible during one day. Especially it is important for those who are for the first day here. A lot of people for the first day here. If you want to perform a lot of attempts by tomorrow, you should sleep for 6 hours, then wake up for a few minutes, then fall asleep again with intention to catch all next awakening.
Should we try to separate after we finish the 6 hours sleeping?
No. You should wake up to do something and lay down again.
So we don't try separate all?
No. We should try separate in this case.
I see.
In this case, in this moment, you should try just wake up to do something, and then fall asleep again. And then you should try to catch all next awakening.
Thank you.
It will help you to perform as many attempts as possible by tomorrow.
After we do the cycles for a minute, would you suggest that we move and try a new position of sleeping, or should we stay in the same position?
You will do whatever you want in this case.
So it doesn't matter either way.
If you think you better change position, of course you should change. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. And of course, don't forget that you should try to wake up without physical movement. But if you did, it doesn't matter. You should try. You should make attempts over and over again. Actually, everything is very easy. Just wake up, try to separate from your body by any means without using muscles, and then you should cycle 2 or 3 techniques for 3 to 5 seconds. If one of them will work, you should focus on this technique, for example, rotation in this case. You should do it more than 5 seconds, and then separate if you feel very sensation. Just to catch awakening, try to catch awakening and do it all. Mistake, performing too long. What it is? For example, you feel rotation. If you feel rotation, you should try to separate from your body. Don't play with it. If you feel rotation, you are in the place and should immediately separate from your body. If you won't do this, you will lose the faith. Too much thinking. A lot of you analyze what's going on. Don't do this. It means you are not focused on your action. Try to be much more focused. Just try to do it as properly as possible, as you see it here. And of course, you must be very aggressive. You should try to achieve the result by any means. You must be very straightforward. It is your goal to achieve this state. And immediately after separation, you should try to achieve my goal, to find aliens, to see them somehow. And what we are going to do now, any questions about technique, especially for those who are for the first time here?
Should we use a light?
Yes, we should use it only once. only once at 6. Then we should to do something for a few minutes, then fall asleep again, and it is a natural awakening. Only once we should use an alarm.
Why we should not use alarms during the exams?
For example, it's about natural awakening. Yes.
Yep.
After alarm, you will be somewhere here. You will lose all your chances because alarm will wake you up too much.
I see.
It's too much sensation, too much sound,
Yeah.
and it may ruin everything. Of course, sometimes it works, but it's much better to catch natural awakening.
I see.
It's much better.
Yeah.
So what happened is, are you, doesn't matter if you're on laying on top of the bed or inside the bed, doesn't matter.
But it does matter.
Okay.
It does matter.
Why 35 seconds? I mean, typically when you perform meditation, for instance, or maybe it's a completely different thing, the longer you wait. So I was thinking, like, if I actually focus on it for a couple of minutes, I'll actually be able to control it more.
Maybe it will be like visualization. It's not about this topic. For example, why I don't use a word like expressions like astral projection, for example? Because for a lot of people, it is some kind of imagination. They sit down and imagine that they journey around the world, they do something. I can do it too. It may be very realistic sensation, but it is imagination. Yes, it's very realistic, but when you are in the phase, people usually shocked because everything like here. They are shocked that everything like here, it's not about imagination. It's so real that they cannot believe that it's happening. So I have a lot of experience with other practice, but it's not about this.
I'm just thinking, like, if I have to control something 3 to 5 seconds, I feel like I will be anxious more about, hey, it's been 3 to 5 seconds, it's been 3 to 5 seconds.
No, 3 to 5 seconds, it's actually, it's time to understand, does it work or not? It's better, does it work or not? Not 3 to 5 seconds. If it does work, you should change it.
So it does not work.
Yeah, it does work. If it works, you should do it longer.
Oh, okay.
It's 3 to 5 seconds. I just try to show you how fast it should be. But actually, you should think, does it work or not? If not, you should change. You should use another technique. If it works, you should work with this method, with this technique, and then try to separate my body. If you are unable